Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no else. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. And a fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I'ma get it by myself. Yeah. I'ma get it either way. I don't even gotta say what I want when I want. They just put it on my plate. I could get it right away. Take you through my day to day. Wake and pray, make that play. Get some good at my place. There's some on the way, cause my bro's on the way. I got stones on my gold. I got loads in my safe. Had a 7-figure summer, so I'm putting on some weight. Set up getting thick, so I put it on display.
With this rhymes, I make a joke, everybody laughs. I know I'm funny, but I'm not that funny.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no else. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I'ma get it by myself, yeah.
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view, hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks, I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes, wins come in twos, cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job, pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want.
The NFL playoffs are on EA Sports, and we've got a packed house here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great NFC matchup between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC Wild Card game. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Ready, white 25.
Mike is 59, Mike is 59.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. All right, here we go.
Check. Fresno.
He's coming. Double up.
A man who grew up just north of here in Milton, it's Peyton Barber. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
today. Not today.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. Barber on 1st and 10. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Ready? Flag 22.
Watch out. Easy. Everyone got 4 down.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Winston. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. On 3rd down, it's Logan, and he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Looking for Perriman there, he's got him. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
They'll run on 1st down. Logan, nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. And this one caught by Cameron Braid. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Now Winston. He finds Howard complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 17-yard line. Winston, the offense, with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. For forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down and 4, Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
Down, get ready, back 25.
Touchdown, defense. Right there, 54.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
25, 51, stop.
45,
54, stop.
Watch the flag, watch the flag, watch the flag. Watch the flag, motion, pop. Kill.
5,
From the shotgun, Ryan. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Jameis to throw it. And Brate, the tight end's got it. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Bucs on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it here with Logan. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Let's go one more. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike.
Throwing again. Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too.
25. 20.
On 1st down, Smith. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 43-yard line.
Ready. 280. Hey, express. You ain't doing it. Wahoo.
45. Mike 45. Oh, yeah.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
54.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And this will be incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Get that quarterback.
Hey, seam 6.
Check Mike 45.
11.
It's been a long day for you. 45, Mike, 45. No chance. 45's the Mike, 45's the Mike.
Check.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
To throw again, Ryan. He completes it to Jones. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
To Julio Jones. A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
Hey, check.
54, right there.
Gun.
You can't block me.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Following the interception, Winston. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Winston. And this one's incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And it's third down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now. That's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a fourth down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. They'll look to set up his blockers. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
I got it. Check. Mike 54. Mike 54.
Hey, box truck.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
Pick it up.
Throwing again. Ryan looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot. And that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board. Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep a defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Winston now from the 50. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Jameis now, only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
Green, 59.
59's Mike. Check. 59. I'm on.
Working out of the gun. Winston. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone.
They'll run with Barber, and he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Peyton Barber, as the first half is winding down, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Ready. Blue lady.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Easy.
I got you.
Let him go.
Final play of the half here. Winston. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, one of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. He's going to float this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Levante David. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field, so play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice gain.
Winston's pass complete to Chris Godwin. It's a gain of 5. Brings up
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
You got it. Go, baby. Bang, bang, bang.
45, Mike, 45.
So don't say
Winston. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. That's caught. It's Peyton Barber. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 16. 1st down, Tampa Bay. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Winston gives to Barber. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. past the 35. He'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Logan. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 29-yard line.
Ready. Black 25. 59.
Tighten up, tighten up.
Flip it, flip it, flip it.
Check 59, Mike. Low, low. Mike to 59. Watch the screen.
From the 29, Winston. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And some room to work. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Rashawn Perriman, 29 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Vinatieri now for the point after. And it is now 21-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion, went just shy of the marker. Now Ryan. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
Hey, Charlie.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next, even in zone defenses, and making it very hard to find an open spot for the quarterback to deliver the ball.
And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 31-yard line. On 1st down, Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Got it. Here we go. Go.
To throw again is Ryan. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Justin Hardy there to make the grab. And the Falcons get a bit closer. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Brings up second and 4 at the 23-yard line.
Check three.
They run again with Logan. And the ball is knocked out. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete here. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Now this throw caught left side and all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Now Ryan on first down. And that'll be hauled in by the tight end. It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper there to make the grab as his guys are back within a single score. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. One-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
Watch the run. Wait. Get wide. Hey, look,
3. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. From the gun, Winston. Forced out to his left. And that will be incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally, you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now it's Ryan. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Hey, 59, ready? Hey, zoom.
Check 45's the mic. Check 45's the mic. I'm here all day. I'm here all day. 45.
To throw again. Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Ready, blue 80. Blue 80.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Switch.
Check.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Ready, blue 80.
45. Check right.
21. Smooth.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
On 2nd and 9, Ryan. Complete to Jones. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
It's a game of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Got it.
Go get him.
Hey, South.
Wide motion. Check.
Hey, Haywood.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
45's the mic.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now.
On 3rd down, Ryan. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Figuring they're going for it on 4th down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down.
Bravo.
45. Hey, man. Watch the boot. 45's the mic. I got him.
So that'll back them up 5. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
That's the way. Hey, express. Hey, Wahoo.
Army. 45's the mic.
Hey, watch the lane.
Hey, let him go.
They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot.
Ready? You ready?
52's the mic.
Flip it. Let's go.
They'll run on 1st down. Barber. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Ready? Flag. Follow.
Check curls.
They're looking to throw this. Winston airing this one out for him. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 53 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
To throw on 3rd down, Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Now a desperation throw deep down. He's got it at the 15. Give him 30 yards there. Now we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go band of brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. And he's into the clear. He's at the 30, past the 20. 10, 5, and it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
At the 47-yard line.
Ready, blue 80, blue 80.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Blue 80, got it.
Back to the air, Ryan after the pick six. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. One last shot for Ryan. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down.